Hi everyone, welcome to my apartment. Let me show you around. So when I first moved in, I knew I wanted to find thrifted items because I was on a tight budget. So I really love shopping at Goodwill because I can find all the pieces I need at a fraction of the cost. So I was super excited when I found this couch because it really fit into the library aesthetic we were going for in our living room. It's really low to the ground, it has a plush blue velvet fabric, and it has a backless couch that features our French doors. So these chairs, I was really drawn to the caning detailing on the side because caning is a really delicate detail, and the fact that it was intact meant that it had been really well cared for. I had also stumbled upon these on a walk past Goodwill and couldn't take them home with me immediately, but don't let that scare you away. Usually you can come back within 1 or 2 days to pick up your items. Throw pillows are a great way to add color to any room, and I always find really interesting and beautiful ones at Goodwill. I like to look for ones that have a removable cover so you can care for them however you want or replace the insert if necessary. Welcome to my favorite part of the apartment, my bedroom. So for my bedroom, I had most of the large furniture pieces that I needed, so I was really looking for decor items that would fit my boho eclectic vibe. I was super impressed when I found this picture frame because it was a square frame, perfect for an Instagram, and it also had this really beautiful beading that again was perfectly intact, so I know it had been cared for really well. So I really loved the rose gold top and the marble base of these candlesticks, but it wasn't until I picked them up that I realized how valuable they were. They're incredibly heavy, and a general rule of thumb is the heavier the item, the more expensive it is because it's made out of high quality material. So then I googled it and found out that this was 95% off with the Goodwill price. So this Peacock Chair is probably one of my favorite things that I've thrifted at Goodwill. I like to call it my throne, and this is where I get ready every morning. And to accompany it, I was looking for something to kind of rest my feet on. And I was definitely looking at baskets and other woven textures, but a really great idea to reinvent the basket look is to flip it upside down and turn it into a footstool. So this is my thrifted record collection, which is very near and dear to my heart. And they were kind of just strewn all over the place, so I was looking for something that could house them. I'm not really sure what this item was originally used for, but it really gave me like Urban Outfitter vibes. So really liked it, and I decided to repurpose it to keep my records. Seating was probably the hardest thing to find because chairs can be really expensive. So I was super excited when I found these for $9.99 each at Goodwill. They're more mid-century modern and have kind of a metal leg accent to balance out the dark wood in the room. I think fancy dishware is one of the most luxurious things that you can have. So I was really excited when I found these forest green plates. They're Crate and Barrel, and I looked them up online when I was in the store, and they're about $6 each, but at Goodwill they were only 50 cents a piece. And these cups I found in a set of 10, and I thought the detailing was super beautiful, and they're just a crystal teacup that I love using. So most of the furniture items in this room are kind of mid-century modern, so I wanted to inject more of that boho aesthetic that I really love into the room. I found this piece for $20 on my first trip to the Bayview Goodwill, and it's also one of my favorite things that I found. I love the woven detailing and that it's in really great sturdy condition. So this is my favorite record player that I've owned. I loved the pop of color that it brought to the room, and it was an incredible find because this is typically about a $100 record player, but I found it at Goodwill for $15. So electronics are really amazing to look for if you're thrifting at Goodwill. Thank you so much for joining me on my tour of my apartment. I hope this shows you that well-loved and unique pieces that you find at Goodwill can add a really beautiful vibe to your apartment. Cheers!